lanes, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight.
All right, I am Dr. Imfan Akpan and happy to be here. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you click like and subscribe so you get notified for the next video. Today I want to talk about ChatGPT 4 Turbo, so the newest version of ChatGPT, versus Bard with what we're hearing is Gemini Pro. So just wanted to see how they go toe-to-toe with an accounting question. And I've tested ChatGPT 4 before with accounting questions, CPA questions to get a gauge on it. See how the new Bard with Gemini Pro stands up. As it stands theoretically, because the higher version of Gemini won't be released until next year, it should be, according to the Google metrics, better than ChatGPT 4. However, as of right now, ChatGPT 4, the Turbo, is the best model out there. So let's see how they go toe to toe. So what I did with this, I went online, I used Google, went online, went to Google, found a website called Accounting Coach. No sponsorship here, but I found a website called Accounting Coach. And I guess this was put together by Harold Averkamp. And what happened here, you've got quiz questions. So these are accounting basics quiz questions. So I thought this would be interesting to see how ChatGPT and Bard handles these questions. So I think it's very interesting to go toe to toe, and I think I'm going to choose these two, the first two questions. And what I'm going to do is simply copy. Copy if I can. So let me do it this way. Copy the question. Then I'm going to, let's go to, I'm going to go to Bard. Let's see here, present, share screen. Let's go to Bard first. So I've gone to Bard, and this is what Bard looks like right now. And you see, I did some searches, work papers. So I'm going to put the question, just copy and paste. Now, remember, this is Bard, and Bard is now powered by Gemini Pro, what we told, and it's got a different look than it had before. So you can just go to bard.google.com. So let's see what happens when we question. And the question is, which financial statement reports the revenues and expenses for a period of time, such as a year or a month? And then we've got three choices. So we got balance sheet, income statement, statement of cash flows. Let's see what Bard does. All right, it's taking a little time. Okay, the correct answer is income statement, which is correct. P&L, okay, quarter, year. Here's why. Oh, this is interesting. So we get why it's not the right answer. So it's even going in and explaining the other financial reports. Okay, all right, interesting. So let's go to let's go to ChatGPT, which I have teed up already. So we'll go to ChatGPT 4 Turbo, so the latest version of ChatGPT. And I'll do the same thing. And what I'm doing actually is called zero-shot prompting. So I'm just putting in a question. I'm not giving any examples, and I'm just going to see what it does. All right. And if you noticed, ChatGPT was a lot relatively speaking, it was faster. So it went right into it. Okay. We've got, provides details about the revenue. Okay. In contrast, so it breaks down the balance sheet, statement of cash flow. Okay. So this is interesting. So it gives us some context, not as friendly, I would say, as Bard. Bard seemed to be a little more friendly in the sense that, or helpful in the tone. So there's a difference in the tone. Bard was a little bit slower than ChatGPT, but they both got the job done. So let's take a look at the next question. So they both got it right, by the way. So they both got the question right. So they both got that correct. Now, the next question is, which financial statement reports assets, liabilities, and stockholders or owners' equity at a specific date? At a specific date. So let's see. We will go to, let's switch it up. Let's go to GPT and take a look at what ChatGPT does with this. All right. So I'm going to paste this. And again, this is zero-shot prompting. I'm just copying and pasting a question. It would be few-shot prompting if I gave it 3 examples of the problem. And I'm training it, so I'm helping it to learn. This zero-shot, which is, if you look at the benchmark metrics, normally you'll see they'll compare the different models based on few-shot prompting or 5-shot prompting. So that, keep that in mind. So, apples to apples, you're giving the problems, giving examples. But I think most people just come in and they use these models just like they would Google. You just type something in. But really, to get the most out of the models, you need to give it examples of what you'd like it to do. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's see how fast this is. I'm just curious. All right. It went right at it. I mean, ChatGPT dug right in. Okay. We got the accounting equation. All right. It's the balance sheet. It gives us, again, feedback on the other answers. I got to say, that was, it dug right in there. And this is what I think is so interesting, because, these models are still doing amazing things. Not to take anything away from Bard. However, our expectations are such, I guess, comparing and contrasting, using one over the other, the speed. I mean, Bard answered the question within seconds, but we're, our expectations continue to change, I guess, the more that we use the models. So let's see what Bard does. Bard's doing that thinking, right? And then now we've got a response. And if you notice, Bard is a little more direct. Answer is balance sheet. Okay, we get the accounting equation. And here again, Bard is, I guess the tone is a little bit friendlier or more descriptive, because Bard's letting you know why the other options are not the right answer. So in contrast is what ChatGPT was telling us. And then it's asking us if we got any other questions. So it's encouraging us to keep going and keep using. So far, they've both gotten, the questions correct. So far, they've gone toe to toe with the questions. So they've gotten these all correct. The only difference right now that I see between ChatGPT and Bard with this question at a 0-shot prompt is that Bard seems to be a little bit more friendly, or having a different type of tone. As far as the response time or the speed to get that response, I mean, ChatGPT, it just gets right in there and starts answering the question. So I'm wondering if once we get the newer model of Gemini next year, which is supposed to be better than ChatGPT for will it be doing the same thing? So that's something for us to find out. I just wanted to do this. Now, the great thing about this is actually there's a couple of great things. If you notice, so relatively speaking, based on those two questions, there's not really a big difference between ChatGPT 4 and Bard from what we've seen with those questions at a 0 prompt experiment. The big difference is to get that ChatGPT 4 version I'm using, you've got to pay $20 a month. Currently, they're waitlisting it. Bard is free. So you can access Bard right away for free. So I think that can be a game changer right there. So which means that and I'm an accounting professor, from that perspective, we've got students who they have access to this right away, and you think about it, it's not just college students, high school students and under have access to this. If they got Google, they can go to Bard and have it to answer questions. And if it's going to be on par with ChatGPT 4, that's going to be a game changer as well, and something to think about as well, especially having access to these tools. So love to hear what you think, especially those of you who are listening on the podcast. Make sure to come to YouTube. Come to YouTube and you can watch the video. Let me know when you come over to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. And if you're on the YouTube, subscribe to the podcast. You can listen along. Love to hear what everybody thinks. Appreciate your feedback. If you're on TikTok watching this, love to see you over here on YouTube and vice versa. All right. Have an amazing, amazing week.